Hi, you're listening to Eat, Play, Live with me, Andy P, the show that's chasing dreams and crushing goals. And my goal here is to help you live a healthier, happier, more balanced life, no matter where you choose to do it. So hence, those of you on Facebook Live anyway, may notice that the backdrop is not a radio station because I am broadcasting live from Cozumel, Mexico. Yeah, again, I know I do this sometimes. We are on the road in Cozumel and we are living la vida local. That's what we're going to call this show tonight, and talk about ways to eat, play, and live when you're out of your element, whether you're traveling, whether maybe you've had to relocate for some reason. One time I was getting my kitchen remodeled, and so we were having to learn how to cook with basically no kitchen. So there's a way to do all of these things even when you're not in your normal home environment. You can still live that healthy, happy, well-balanced life. You can, I promise. It's not always easy, but it can be done. So what I'm doing right now is an experiment where I am spending 1 month living in a foreign country, and it's very interesting. So I encourage you, if at some point in your life you have an opportunity to try an experiment like this, it really is amazing. You're going to learn so much about yourself, about the world around you. So I'll give you some tips as we go along as to how to actually make that happen, because yeah, I know it's a little out there, a little different maybe, but totally doable. And yeah, it'll change your outlook. I promise you, you will not come back the same. So that's what we're doing. I'm living in Cozumel for 1 month and trying to live as much like a local as possible. I still kind of stand out as a tourist because, well, for lots of reasons, like I don't really speak Spanish that well. Yeah, it's kind of obvious that I'm not a local, but that's okay. I can try. I can do my best. So I'm going to give you some tips on how to make this work. So we've got to, I know it's so tempting when you're traveling for however long, it's tempting to just eat out for every meal and don't do things that are necessarily good for your body, skip out on your workouts because, oh, I'm on vacation. Well, making excuses is not going to help you make healthy habits. And vacations, travel, visiting relatives, I mean, here we are right smack in the holiday season, and there's a good chance you're going to be going somewhere, or you're going to have people coming in, and you've got to have the tools in your tool belt to deal with these situations without it throwing you all off, whether it's throwing you off your eating habits, whether it's throwing you off of your exercise, whatever it's doing, it's giving you excuses, or if it's mentally throwing you off. And we all know that family visits, whether you're going there or they're coming to your house, it can definitely throw you off. So let's jump in tonight and start, as always, with eating. And I'm going to tell you some of what I'm doing here because I have a very limited kitchen setup. So it's not perfect, and it's not going to be. That's okay. We're always going for progress, not perfection, right? So these are just some ideas, whether you're traveling or whether you're kitchen impaired for whatever reason. These are some tricks that you can do. So here in my kitchen, I have a mini fridge, I have a microwave, a coffee pot. I mean, if that wasn't here, I was gonna go buy one. And then I have a little 2-burner stovetop, basically, with 2 little burners, and that's it. So no oven, it's very simplistic. So what I have done is gotten a few groceries to keep on hand, and what I suggest, or at least what works for me, to know that I can at least eat at home 1 or 2 meals a day. Not every meal. I'm not trying to totally kill your joy, but eat at home as much as you can, and it saves you a ton of money. That's also what makes living in a foreign country for a month doable. If I ate out every meal, there's no way. So here's some of the things I have on hand. Coffee, of course, as I mentioned. I may have packed some and brought it with me because I needed to make sure that Texas pecan coffee was on hand. Eggs. I love buying eggs here. You can buy eggs everywhere and they don't refrigerate them, so it's super easy to just go around the corner. Even at the little fruit stand, they sell eggs, and it is a little tricky to carry them home in my backpack on the bike, but we're mastering that as well. So I keep eggs, whole wheat or corn tortillas. I prefer whole wheat. They're a little bit hard to find here. Plus, here's the toss-up. Homemade versus store-bought. Oh, yeah. So we know when you buy tortillas in the store, they'll last pretty much forever in your refrigerator. Not forever, but you know what I mean. They last a really long time, which tells you that there are things in them that are not from nature. But buying them fresh, they do spoil pretty quickly. So if it's just you by yourself, it can be a challenge to eat them fast enough to go through them. So I did find this little man who sells homemade tortillas in the market, which was just precious. And you just tell him how many you want, and he opens up the little bag of tortillas that he made and just counts out however many you want. So that's cool. If you're only going to use 6, you only have to buy 6. So it was a little weird that he didn't have gloves on or anything, because that's what we're used to. But I thought, well, he's the one that made them. Whatever. Dirt don't hurt. So anyway, just saying. So those were good, but they are corn tortillas. Okay, I'm not going to find my whole wheat homemade tortillas probably. At least I haven't found them yet. So for me, that's where I have to decide. Do I want whole wheat tortillas that are store-bought or homemade tortillas that are corn? So far I've been just doing some of one and then some of the other. Mix it up. Salsa. Always have salsa on hand. Salsa for everything, right? And I have at least 3 different types, because you never know if you're in a super spicy mood or just a little sprinkle of Tabasco mood or something in between. Maybe you need something a little more chunky if you're going to make some migas in the morning. So yeah, have lots of varieties of salsa. That's easy to keep on hand. Fruit, of course, super easy. Here, it's fun to go to the fruit stand and buy it from the local farmers. I love that. I have been cautioned that there's a spray you can buy to clean your fruit with, and I don't have any on hand right now, so I've been buying fruit that has a tough outer skin, like bananas or grapefruit or oranges, things that you don't eat the skin, because I just want to be careful, because our tummies are not used to everything that we encounter when we're traveling, especially in other countries. So it's good to be very careful, but also you want to eat your fruit. And I'm finding that vegetables are challenging here. And really a lot when you travel, vegetables can be challenging, because if you don't have a way to prepare them very easily, they don't sell them as much at the fruit stands, or you eat the peels, so I need to go buy some of that spray stuff, obviously. But that can be a little bit trickier, is getting the vegetables that you should be getting in your diet. Can be a little bit hard to get those. Yogurt, granola, great things to have on hand. If you've got a mini fridge, you stick your yogurt in there, and then your fruit, your granola. Honey, local honey especially. My allergies went crazy the other day. Storms blow in here all the time, and I don't know what blew in, but for a day and a half, I could not breathe. So I was eating local honey and trying to help, and I don't know if it helped, but they're better now, so let's go with that, right? Oatmeal, easy thing to have on hand, and all you need is water and a microwave to make your oatmeal, so that's super easy thing to do. Almond milk, you don't have to refrigerate it, so that's a nice thing to have when you're traveling. Protein powder. Now, I don't know if you make protein shakes regularly. I do, and I brought my own protein, although they do sell it here as well. You can always find protein powder or packet. They don't mind if you bring that in. So that is helpful to have around, and I'll mix it with coffee and almond milk and make like a little cold coffee healthy protein. So that is the way. That's a good way to get some extra protein in your diet while you're traveling, or I like that kitchen impaired. That's kind of fun. So, all right. So after basically most of what I've covered so far has been breakfast foods, because that's the easiest one to do wherever you are, in a hotel, in an Airbnb, wherever. You can make your own breakfast. You don't have to, no muss, no fuss, no getting ready and going out early in the morning. You just take care of that at home, and then you can start your day. But you can have other food on hand as well. So chicken and ground beef are usually my easy go-tos to have on hand. I get some spinach or salad mix, and I mentioned with the vegetables here, it's really hard to clean those. So I do buy the prepackaged salad mix when I'm out of the country especially. Then oil and vinegar makes for a really good dressing, or you can get limes, lemons, squeeze that on your salad. Go for a healthy salad, because I have friends who tell me they can't even eat a salad anymore. They feel guilty because I'm always complaining about ranch dressing, but I don't even know if they have ranch dressing here. Another reason to love Cozumel. I'm sorry for you ranch people, but you are dipping things that you probably shouldn't be eating anyway in something that is not from nature or even from this planet. So I'm just saying, if you're gonna eat a salad, the point of eating a salad is to be healthy, so don't ruin it with a fatty, yucky dressing that's full of calories. Empty calories, not even filling you up. Anyway, okay, that was a little side note. Other things to keep in your away from home kitchen: rice, super easy. Avocado. Vegetables, like I was saying, has been a little bit of a challenge to get. So what do you do when you can't get all your nutrients that you normally would have, that you need to be healthy, right? You need your proteins, you need your complex carbs, you need those fruits and vegetables. So for whatever reason, you don't have access to any of those food groups. Well, supplements can help with that. Vitamins, I highly encourage taking good vitamins. And how do you know which ones are good? Well, that's hard to know, because they don't go through the FDA, so they're not tested. So what you're buying, really don't know. I know, I hate to tell you that. It's not great news. So, still take them. It may not be as high an amount as you think you're getting, but it's still better than nothing. I take a pharmaceutical grade vitamin, and I will put a link on my Facebook page. I'm kind of weird. I hesitate to even talk about my vitamins, and that's so dumb, but it's a multi-level marketing thing, right? And people go, so I'm not trying to sell you these vitamins at all. I did that for a while when I first started taking them, and I hated it. Hate trying to sell things to people. That is not at all my gifting. And so I felt like everyone was avoiding me because they were like, she just wants to make me take vitamins. So I'm not going to do that. I will just tell you that I have been taking these vitamins for, I don't even know, like 6-7 years now, and they're not cheap. They're kind of expensive, in my opinion, for vitamins, but to me, 100% worth it. Because if I'm not getting enough fruit, if I'm not getting enough vegetables, I know that I'm getting that through my supplements. And this particular brand, which is called ID Life, Individually Designed Life, there's a website that you go on, and it has a whole series of questions about where do you live, what season is it, what is your family medical history, what medications are you on. So you have to kind of prep to go through this, especially if you are on a lot of medications, because you enter all of those into their system, and then it tells you what vitamins you need to be taking for you. That's why it's individually designed. So there are some vitamins that don't react well with certain medications. There are some vitamins that say smokers shouldn't take because it actually increases their risk of lung cancer. So these are things that, like, who knows that? Nobody tells you that kind of stuff. So I like them for that reason. I like that they're designed for me. It gives you a whole list of what you should be taking, and then you can add or subtract. If they'll have like sections. So these are the vitamins that you really need, and these are the ones that would also be good but not really that necessary. So it gives you some options. And if you look at it and you get sticker shock and go, okay, I'm not paying that much for vitamins, you can take some of them off. And it has a little question mark where you can click on it, and it tells you this is why this is recommended, this is what it's supposed to do, how it's supposed to help, and then it's up to you whether you want to pay that price, pay a little less, add some more if the price isn't an issue but you feel like you need some more. I'm just trying to be real with you. This is the way my brain works when I log in. And what I do when I go to the website is, if you order $100 worth, then it's free shipping. So I always make sure, and my vitamins are not $100, but I make sure that I either get protein powder, or they have like an energy drink. They have other things that you can add on top. And so I pace myself and add one extra thing every month so that the balance comes out to like 103. And that way I don't ever have to pay shipping, because whatever. Anyway, that was really random side note. Okay. All I'm saying is that you should take good vitamins. You should do that all the time. You know, I feel like they help you in so many ways. They give you energy, and these actually, if you're watching on Facebook Live, I will show you because they just happen to be sitting right here. But they come in this nifty little, they come in a roll, and it has a sun for the ones you should take in the morning, and then there's another roll with a little moon for the ones that you should take at night. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Makes it easy to travel with them. You just tear off however many days you're going to be gone. For me, in this case, it was the entire month's worth, because gone for a month. So, all right, take your vitamins, stock wherever you're staying with as much food that you can eat at home as possible, and healthy snacks. Oh my gosh, I didn't even mention healthy snacks. Nuts, pretzels, not super healthy, but not terrible. Popcorn, also not really great for you, but better than if you're out and about and you're picking up junk at the corner store, because you know it's going to happen. So keep healthy food, healthy snacks on hand. Arm yourself with a way to at least have what you need, okay? It's gonna be good for your health, be good for your waistline, and save you money. So try not to eat out more than once a day. When you do eat out, find new places. Make it worth the cost, caloric and financially, to eat out. By discovering new places all the time, you may find something that you just had no idea that you even liked. And especially if you're somewhere new, make it a point to try new foods, new things. And when you're doing that, when you're out and about and you're trying new places, you're going to meet new people. So it's a win-win. And maybe walk to get there, because now that we've brought in the food, we got to burn those babies, right? We got to burn all those calories. So that is where it is time to play. And when you are out and about, for me, doing this month, so let's say you're doing a month, okay? You've picked a place. It could be the next town. It could be in another state. It could be in another country. And I'm not completely crazy, because I've met several people here that are doing this. But when you do that, get where you're going to go. You're going to need a way to exercise. How are you going to move your body? How are you going to motivate yourself to get that heart rate up and get the exercise in that you need to do? Well, a lot of that is going to depend on where you go and what the weather dictates, right? If you go somewhere where it's super snowy, okay, then the option I was going to tell you about renting a bicycle, might not be your best bet. But if you like to choose a warm location, as I have done here in Cozumel, renting or borrowing bicycles is the way to go. The only downside is it does rain all the time. But for those of you on Facebook Live, I'm moving around a little bit. I don't know if you can see behind me. The lighting's kind of weird, but I have 2 bikes in my apartment. I love. So when you make friends in other places, sometimes they will loan you bikes. And I am feeling so grateful because I have 2 friends here that have each loaned me a bike. One is a racing bike, the one that I rode in the half Ironman, and so that's the bike I ride when I ride all around the island and take long training rides, okay? I put my pedals on it, they clip into my shoes. That's a very specialized bike. But then I have another friend that loaned me just a regular, everyday, run around town bike, and that's really handy to just jump on. You don't have to I'm not clipping my feet in and out every time I get to a red light. That's like really stressful. But so if you don't have a friend yet in this new place to loan you a bike, you can rent bikes. There are lots of different places where you can go and rent a bike. And I have to give a shout out to Ciclismo Sport, where I have been taking both of these bikes since I got here. I've been there 4 times actually for air in the tires, tune-ups, the gears were slipping. I've been having all kinds of bicycle issues, but it's really not that big a deal. I take it in, they fix it. I think I've spent a max of $25 total in 4 visits there. So not really a big deal to have to go and run your bike by the bike shop and have them help you out. And one of them is losing air in the tire. So I may go by there tomorrow and see if they'll teach me how to actually change a tire, because that would be a thing. So don't have a bike, don't have access, don't know where to rent one, walk, walk, walk. No arguments here. I know you can do that. Walk. Do you have a Fitbit, a Garmin, an Apple Watch, I don't know what else kind of step counter they make, but there are a million different kinds. Put it on. Put it on. You will walk more, I promise, because you start looking at the numbers and you're like, oh wait. Plus it beeps at you. Mine today beeped at me a lot because I was working and writing the show and doing a lot of sitting stuff. And yeah, it tells you it's time to get up, move around. So walk, walk, walk. If you can run, run. But listen to your body. My body lately actually has been telling me that it doesn't want to run. And I've been arguing with myself quite a bit, but you know what? Listen to your body and do what appeals to you, what you want to do to move your body. Now, some people are probably saying, okay, my body always argues with me and doesn't want me to do any of this stuff. Okay, well, don't listen. That's a little over the top. But if you just really don't want to run, then ride a bike or go swimming or join a gym. I joined a gym here. You can do this even when you're traveling. So here I found a gym that was 400 pesos for 15 days, so roughly $20 for 15 days, unlimited use. And I probably could have found a cheaper place, but this one is right around the corner and they have lots of cool equipment and a disco ball. I don't know why. If you look on my Facebook page, eatplaylive.andi, you'll see pictures. I posted some pictures of this gym because I just thought it was entertaining. So it's called Greco Gym, and they have this giant statue out front that's a little disturbing, to be honest, but I posted a picture. So you'll have to check that out. But they have day passes, week passes. This is the first time I've ever seen a 15-day pass. Monthly passes. Do what works for you and try out a new place. And then try out the new equipment. I have encountered several machines in this gym that I have never seen before, and I've been to a lot of gyms over the last, I don't know, 6 or 8 years. And there are machines I have no idea what to do with it. So don't be afraid to ask. Do not be afraid. Don't be afraid of looking silly. I tried one today and I was able to figure out how to use it, but I know I looked ridiculous trying to figure it out. Who cares? Who cares? Everybody, I mean, like I said, I've been going to all these different gyms for years and years, and there's still tons of machines that I've never seen before and don't know how to use. So don't feel alone. You're not alone. You're not the only one that doesn't know everything. Oh my gosh, I know. How about that? Don't be afraid to ask for help. And you might actually meet some new people, because when I was in the gym today, as a matter of fact, I had my headphones on. I have my same playlist that I listen to at home. And I kind of looked around and I thought, I could be anywhere in the world. It looks the same. The people look basically the same. The workout, I mean, it's cool. It makes you feel like, yeah, this is home for me. I'm in my element. So if that's your element, then don't be afraid to go in there. Try something new. Maybe if the gym, like lifting weights, isn't your thing, try some classes. I have a girlfriend here that takes Pilates classes. Another girl I met takes yoga classes. So again, wherever you are, and I talked about this when I did my show from New York, wherever you are, these options are out there. So don't use the I'm not at home as an excuse not to try something new, not to keep moving your body. So not only, when you go try these things, not only are you moving your body, you're getting out and about. You're going to new places, you're meeting new people, you're trying new things, and all of this helps your body and your mind. It's not just, I mean, it's so important to get that heart rate going and to do strength exercises. That's so important for you, but it's also really good for your mind. You know, I've talked before about the importance of exercise for mental health, and I've been putting it into practice here because, you know what, with this experiment of being by myself in a foreign country, there have been some days of struggle. That has not been easy. It rains, and when it's raining, I'm in this apartment, and again, you may have to start watching on Facebook Live, because otherwise you can't see all this cool stuff. But there are no windows. I feel like I'm in a basement, so it was kind of getting to me a little bit. I'm like, man, I'm kind of all by myself, and I'm bored, and I'm lonely, and I don't know if the sun is shining or not. So guess what? Go outside and play, make new friends. Oh my gosh, it comes down to those same things no matter where you are. There you are. So you can do the same things that you would do at home when you're feeling bored, lonely, depressed, dejected, whatever. Get up and move, and that makes all the difference. So let's wrap up with our live segment. And as I said, whether you're trying new restaurants or trying new gyms or going new places, you're going to meet people. If you're open to meeting people, and be open, don't be afraid to talk to people. There have been some of the most incredible stories that I have heard just by having conversations with people here. People come here from all over the world, and if you just listen, they have some of the coolest stories to tell. So I was thinking, I feel like I learned this in Girl Scouts. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. I know, dorky. And yes, I was a Girl Scout. But it's so true. It's so true. Making new friends, no matter what age you are, it makes you happy. It brings you joy. And you learn new things, and you open yourself up to being a more open, accepting, less judgmental person, I think, the more good people that you surround yourself with. So, C.S. Lewis said, friendship is born at that moment when one person says to another, what, you too? I thought I was the only one. man, we've been having a lot of those moments, especially in the last week. So in the last week, I've been here 2 weeks so far, and sorry I didn't have a show last week. It was Thanksgiving, and anyway, I figured you were all busy and you didn't want to hear me preach about healthy eating on Thanksgiving. So, all right, anyway, but over the last week, a group of us girls have come together and formed a tribe. I don't know exactly how it happened. It started with 2 of us, and then another one was added, and then she brought in another friend, and then she brought in another friend, and now I think we're up to 6, and we do things together. We meet for a beach day, we meet at the coffee shop, we're gonna go diving in a couple of days, and we range in age by about 20 years. We're from 3 different countries. Some of us live in Cozumel full-time. Some of us live here just for a month. Some of us, no, I think that's just the 2. 2 of us are here for a month and the others all live here full-time. But we all come from completely different backgrounds. We all have completely different experiences, but so many times already we've said, really, you 2? I thought I was the only one. And through that we connect. We talk about, oh my gosh, we talk about men. Yes, we do. I gotta tell you. We talk about body image. We talk about money. We talk about our kids. We talk about mental health, struggles that we've had, physical health, struggles that we've had, things we've overcome. Sometimes we talk about men. We talk about our hobbies. We talk about our future goals. We talk about the best places to shop, eat, dive, and then we talk about men. So, oh yeah, we're all single. So, sorry guys, y'all don't stand a chance because everything you say or do is going through the girl tribe right now. So, yeah, isn't that cool though? It's so good to have a group of friends that you can just be yourself with. I mean, I'm playing about some of this. I mean, you know, obviously, we've only known each other for a week. We don't share every single detail, but we share enough things that we have in common that we're connecting and bonding. And that's just such a cool thing to have happen. And you know, it makes sense not to just make friends with people that you're comfortable with, but make friends with people who teach you how to level up, who force you to level up, to be your best self. Yeah, so who is your friend group? Is it people you knew in college? Is it maybe a mom group when your kids were little? Or some people in the town where you live? And are they all still together, or have some of them scattered? They change, right? It changes over time. Somebody moves, somebody gets married, somebody gets divorced. I mean, your friend groups change. But even with the ebb and flow, you can always reach out, right? Our lives are not meant to always be the same. And we're not meant, well, they say some people are with us for a season and others for a reason. I think that's something like that is how it goes. But it's true. It's true. And some people have to go away, and we can't mourn that. But you know, you can make more friends in 2 months by becoming interested in other people than you can in 2 years by making people interested in you. Listen to them. Talk less, listen more. And you'll be amazed at the people that are attracted to that. People want you to be interested in them. And when you truly are, not just phoning it in, they stay and they get real, and you get real together. So true friendship comes when the silence between 2 people is comfortable. You can just be there, be silent. All right, one more quote-ish, I guess. I don't know if it's a quote or a poem, but it's by Shel Silverstein, and I thought this was so cool. How many slams in an old screen door? Depends on how loud you shut it. How many slices in a bread? Depends how thin you cut it. How much good inside a day? Depends how good you live 'em. How much love inside a friend? Depends how much you give them. Everything makes me get choked up. I'm such a dork. Friends are important. If you want a happy, healthy, well-balanced life, fill it with friends. Make them good friends. Be good to them. They'll be good to you. Build that trust. Be kind to one another. Don't judge. We all have our stuff. Just be there. Just listen. I'm Andi P, and I thank you so much for being part of my tribe. I encourage you to eat well, play hard, and love your friends. Until next Thursday, you have been listening to Eat, Play, Live. Peace out.